Hey, hi, welcome. Thank you for choosing this video. Hope you like it and you will enjoy this video. So, without wasting our time, let's dive into this. Here, I will be sharing about digital electronics with you. So, why this digital electronics? Why we want to know? What is this digital electronics? That and all I will be sharing with you. If you are from engineering background, especially from electronics, electrical, you will have this subject in your curriculum. Once you started understanding the subject, you will get the interest to know about electronic components like vending machine, RAM, ROM. There are a lot other electronic components that you will get to know what exactly happening inside and how they have designed. Let's start. What is digital electronics? So here I took the short name like digital electronics. So let's first understand the letter E. So E stands for electronics. So electronics is the study of electricity, that is the flow of electrons, and how to use that to build things like IC, memories and computers. If you look at some of simple electronic components such as transistors, batteries, LEDs and bulbs. To understand this statement, let's take small example of bulb. So bulb is electronic component. When it connects to power supply, the bulb will glow, right? If you look at this circuit, whenever this switch turn on, the electricity is passing through this bulb, the bulb will glow. Here, you need to understand, with the application of electricity, the bulb is built, correct? If you look at another example, LED, LED is connected to the power supply and the LED produces light when the electricity is passing through this semiconductor material inside this bulb and the bulb will glow, correct? So here also with the application of electricity the LED is built. If you look at history of this electronics, in earlier centuries people started experimenting with electricity and invention started right from the identification of electron and next to vacuum tubes, transistors and ICs. Now we have chips. And now what are the electronic gadgets we are using like mobile, laptop, PCs? Almost every gadget has this chip. And if you look at this chip, it is performing large number of operations in less than second. And this is how electronics has hugely influenced the development of modern society. I think this is the one of the example that's why we need to understand and why we need to study that it's electronics. If you look at this example, here LED is connected to the supply and the electricity is passing through the LED. In the result, we'll get the light. If you look at this small electronic system, it is separated into three parts. One is the input supply, nothing but the electric current and voltage signal. And the next one is the LED component, that is electronic component connected to the supply to transform this electricity into light. And next one is the output, that is nothing but the light here. The device is transform the current and voltage signal back to the human readable information, nothing but the light here. So to make it simple, we have electronic system. To this electronic system we will provide input. With this input electronic system will produce the output. So based on this electronic system behavior and its characteristics, the electronic system is divided into two categories. One is digital electronic system and the second one is the analog electronic system. If you look at this digital electronic system, the characteristics will look something like this. So to understand this, let's take the example of LED. So let's consider this yellow waveform is the input and this white waveform is the output. So whenever we provide supply, LED will produce the light, and whenever we turn off the supply, LED will turn off the light. And again, whenever we provide supply, the LED will provide the light. So if you draw these characteristics, It will change the transition from high level to low level and low level to high level. So this is how digital electronic characteristics will look like this. And if you look at the analog electronic system characteristics, it will look something like this. So here the waveform is plotted between voltage and time. So if you look at this, voltage is changing continuously from here to the lower level, and again from here to here it is keep on changing. So it is continuously changing, and this is how the analog electronic system behavior look like. And here we need to understand one thing is that this digital electronic system basically built from the analog components like transistors. If you look at any logic gate that they have used inside this digital electronic system, it's basically from the transistors. Hope you understand till here. Once you understand both the electronic systems, you will come to know about a few of the observations. One is that power consumption. This analog electronic system will consume more power when it compared to digital electronic system because this digital electronic system has transistor which is operated in cutoff region or saturation region. So due to that it will consume low power. The noise effect on digital electronic system is less when it compared to analog system because in the digital electronic system the transmission of data happens from high level to low level in less time. With that noise effect is very less in the digital electronic system, whereas in analog it is continuously changes. The noise effect is more on this data. The design of digital electronic system is actually very easy and it can be programmable when it compared to analog. The digital electronic system, the data is represented in zeros and ones, so it is more accurate and it is precise. As we mentioned, the data in the digital electronic system is represented in ones and zeros, so it can be copied and transmitted very easily. Whereas in analog, the data keep on changes and the data is very difficult to store and it need large memory to store the data. Because of this noise effect on this data, it is difficult to transmit in analog electronic systems. And in the digital electronic system, if you want to change the functionality of digital circuits, you can change the functionality without changing actual circuit. But in the analog, it is difficult. So these are the few observations from both the systems. And digital electronic system has more advantages when it compared to analog. So still, because of these more advantages, the people prefer this digital electronic system. Even though it has a lot of advantages, but still it has some disadvantages because in real life everything is in analog nature. So this digital electronic system will not understand these analog signals. So it needs some converters to communicate with the analog. For example, it want to receive analog input, it needs some converters like ADCs. That means analog to digital converters needed to the digital system. And whereas it want to interact with analog, then it needs digital to analog converters. Since these digital circuits operate only with the digital signals, hence it needs encoders and decoders which requires for the process. So this increase the cost of the equipment. I hope you understand till here. Now let's understand digital electronics. Digital electronics is a type of electronics which make use of Boolean logic and digital signals for its electronics. If you look at some of simple examples, such devices are computers, digital cameras, digital TV, USB memory, mobile phones, and hard disks. Like lot of examples we have for this digital electronics. Since the digital electronics is a branch of electronics concerning digital circuits which apply Boolean logic, which is represented by electronic logic gates. To make it simple, circuits that use logic gates are nothing but digital circuits. So if you look at some of the examples for digital circuits, we have multiplexers, demultiplexers, encoder, decoder, full adder, half adder, flip-flop, latches, counters, registers. These are the examples for digital circuits. Since the digital electronic circuits are usually made from large assemblies of these digital circuits, often packed into ICs, the complex devices may have simple electronic representation of Boolean logic functions. So to understand the digital electronic system and its design, we need to understand few of the concepts like number systems, binary codes, logic gates, Boolean function and its forms, logic minimization using K-maps, digital circuits. In the digital circuits, we have combinational and sequence circuits. So in the combinational circuits, we need to understand adders, full adder, half adder, subtractor, half subtractor, full subtractor, comparator, encoder, decoder, multiplexer, demultiplexer, like this. In the sequence circuits, again we have flip-flops, latches, and in these flip-flops we have RS, JK, T, and D flip-flops. And in the sequence circuits, we have registers, shift registers, counters, sequence detector, sequence generator, and data converters. As we discussed, we need data converters to communicate with analog, like ADCs and DACs. So with this, we'll understand how a digital electronic system is designed and operated. So let's keep it simple till here. I hope you understand all the points that what we discussed in this video. So thanks for watching. Hope you like it and enjoy this video. Thanks.